You're not alone. If you need someone to talk to today, please contact Crisis Services Canada by either calling them at 1-833-456-4566 all hours of the day, or you can text them at 45645 at 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, you're not alone, and Crisis Services Canada is here to help. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Player Analysis on the Prospect Show on ASTV Productions. I'm your host, Graeme Forsyth. Of course, I released this yesterday, did a live player analysis like I usually do. Not usually like I do because I did it on Wednesday instead of Monday. Of course, this segment is featured in the Prospect Show, a show that I host on the network, if you guys aren't familiar, where I interview some of the best hockey prospects from around North America. Usually do it at the end of the Monday night shows, but I didn't have the clips ready. I got the clips ready for yesterday on Wednesday, but due to the poor video quality in the end, near the end of the segment, decided to pre-record it and clean that up for you guys so you guys can actually see the play happening. But if you guys are unfamiliar with what player analysis is, which I don't blame you, it's a very new segment here. This is the third ever installment of it. It's when I break down the game of players that I had on the Prospect Show. So if, say, Connor Bedard joined the show, for example, I would break down his game on the segment. And this week, I'm excited because I'm breaking down two players from Pilot-Mound Hockey-Academy's U15 roster, the Buffalo's U15 male prep program. Two defensemen who play on the same pairing at this point. And Carson Carels, number 2, he's also an assistant captain for that team. And Gage Sutherland, number 3, and he's also an assistant captain. And man, when Coach Kyle Nixon decided to put these two guys together on a defensive pairing, making it a staple in their lineup. I know that Gage and Carson say from time to time they play with different players, but for the most part, these guys have been playing with each other a whole lot. And man, they've been reaping the benefits of that as they are both top 3 in points on their team. Gage has 24 points, 10 goals, 14 assists in 27 games played this season. So those are exhibition, tournament, and CSSHL regular season games combined. And Carson, in terms of those stats, he has 26 games played, 7 goals, 14 assists. And Gage has 10 goals. So he's actually second on the team in goals this season and total games played, 4 behind team captain Bo Murray, who will be coming on my other show, Coffee with Graeme, which airs tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time here on the network. You guys can check that one out on ASTV Productions on Facebook, Amateur Sports TV on Twitter, as well as on our website at ASTV Productions. Bo will be about the third or fourth guest joining the show, so stay tuned for that tonight. But let's get down to it. Player analysis, the Prospect Show, player analysis here on this Monday morning. Wow. And to start off player analysis, I'll be breaking down Carson Carels' game. Now, just a disclaimer, if you guys have tuned into the Prospect Show when I've done player analysis before, you've realized that I stop and start plays. I won't really be able to do that with just having the video quality as high quality as possible. Not having it up on the screen, not being able to stop it and start it. I'm just kind of going to go with the flow here. But looking at Carson Carels' game, this is a player that is 5'5", 135 pounds. He's a 2008 born player. Just looking at his age, if the website loads here, he is born in 2008. I believe, yes, June 23rd. So that would mean he would be turning 14 years old coming up. So he's a 13-year-old, if I did the math right. I'm not a mathematician. I honestly struggled at math as a kid. But yeah, Carson Carroll's still very young and at a pretty good size, 5'5", 135 pounds. But what makes him such a special player is just his awareness out there, his ability to get it done in the D zone, and his skating ability and his IQ. And I'm gonna break it down for you guys now when we get this video playing. And it just starts with his D zone positioning, his ability out there to really be in the good position, a good stick, knocking pucks away, being in good position to be in good pass blocking lanes, being able to transition the puck out. You look at it here. Carson able to fight off players too, getting good position on them, and lifting the stick and getting it out of the zone, clearing it out. One thing I feel like he needs to work on is just a bit of his ability to step up in the play, playing a tighter gap at times. That's one thing I feel like he does struggle at a bit when I have watched him. Just in these two games, you look at this one in Notre Dame, I feel like he stepped up a bit more in that play on that player, played a tighter gap. He would have had a chance to defend that better instead of it resulting in a goal for Notre Dame. But his ability to step up in the play into the neutral zone, you look at it here, he steps up in the neutral zone, comes down the left side, boom, a slap shot on net. And he doesn't have the most powerful shot, but he's got a quick release. You see it here, he gets a shot on net, hard for the goalie to handle. And they get that rebound in for Pilot-Mound. And you look at it here, sees that guy wide open on the edge of that left face-off circle to get a chance on net. Carson with another pass there, an opportunity generated on the net because of that pass. And then you just look at it here. Carson, a good stick, gets good position and a good reach there. And then he's going to take it here, realize he has space in front of his net to take it out. Not really any players pressuring him there, as there wasn't really that much support on the forecheck. Not really that many players on the forecheck there for the Southwest Cougars. And Carson, his good skating ability, his ability to find teammates quickly with passes and at an efficient rate is just some of the things that makes him so good. So just a rundown, his D zone, great position out there, always in solid positioning to, take pucks away to block up the passing lanes if players are trying to make passes. Like I said, one thing I'd like to see is just him being more aggressive out there by, stepping up, playing a tighter gap on players, not really giving them as much space and time out there to be able to generate the shots that they have at times when Carson has been out there when they are coming down on him, but that's just going to come with time, right? He is a 13-year-old player. At this point, once he gets older, he's going to, start watching more film. He's going to, recognize those things that he's not doing as well and do them at a high level. Like, he's got a super high IQ. Like I said, I think the kid sees the ice extremely well. He's a good passer and he's got good awareness. His skating, like, when I look at it for a 13-year-old kid, like, it's a pretty effortless stride. He's got good edges as well. That wasn't really showcased as much in these videos, but just his ability to be able to skate the way he does out there is outstanding. And not really a con, but not the most powerful shot out there. Sometimes it is a bit hard for the goalies to handle his shots, like that game against Southwest that I showed you guys when he got a shot on net and they ended up putting the rebound in. Pilot-Mound did. Just overall, not the most powerful shot, but he's got a quick release, and I think that's what can get goaltenders sometimes is that quick release because, the quicker it comes, the harder it is for goalies to react sometimes, I feel like. But yeah, Carson Carels a phenomenal talent, and same with his D partner in Gage Sutherland. Gage Sutherland, 10 goals, like mentioned before, leading defenseman in goals on his team. He's tied, of course, second in points. No, he's got the second most points on his team this season with 24 in 27 games, as mentioned previously. He can also, dish that puck as well, but I focus more on the shot, just getting clips of more of his shot because he is second in total games, as mentioned previously, on the team with 10 goals in 27 games. But looking at Gage Sutherland, he's a 2007 born player. He'll be eligible for, I believe, this spring coming up in 2022, that WHL draft. So definitely building a name for himself in Pilot-Mound Hockey-Academy this year. Hoping to get drafted, I'm sure. If he is eligible, I have to check up on that, another time for sure. It is late here, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but we're going to get into it. What makes Gage Sutherland the type of hockey player that he is out there? Looking at just his ability as a player out there, his ability in the defensive zone. And, he does a lot of the little things right. I think that, his ability on this play right here to just, get down to one knee, make it hard for them to get that pass through for Southwest. Did a really good job there. You look at it here, he takes some contact. He ends up getting that into a space where his teammates could end up breaking out the puck, as there are a lot of Pilot-Mound players in that space. And then you look at this play here, it ends up getting dumped into the corner, or into that corner area. And Gage going to step up there. Good pressure on the opposing player, and Pilot-Mound ended up breaking out there. And then you look at it here, Gage, a bit of a bad move there. He ends up taking a penalty. I feel like cutting to the inside wasn't the play there. But that's just something that's going to come with time, realizing the open space that you can take. And look at this one, Gage waving the wand there, throwing in a little fake, doing a spinorama, tight turn, and ends up leading to a breakout for the Buffaloes on that play. But looking at a shot here, steps up into the play, releases that. It's a shot that's tough for the goalie to handle, and he's just got a powerful shot. You look at it here, it's a low one. That's powerful. The goalie ends up covering it, doesn't cover it up cleanly. And you look at this one, has some time, loads up on that shot, gets a rebound on net. The goalie could not handle that shot, and he ends up getting a shot on net that leads to a goal. And then you look at that play there to end off things in those clips for Gage. Just great ability to find his teammate, thread that pass, thread the needle through to the front of the net, and getting a shot on net for his team when he passed it to that teammate, and that teammate getting a shot on net, of course. But for Gage, I just think like the biggest issue for him is just, not being as risky. Looking at that one play against Southwest, risky play, always cutting up the middle and cutting to the inside in your own end, especially when that Southwest player was pinching, to be able to, or not pinching, stepping up into the play to be able to take that puck away from Gage. And sure, Gage ended up stopping it, but I'm pretty sure it resulted in a penalty. Looking back at it, I'm not sure if he got the penalty. I'm pretty sure he did, because it was interference in my opinion, but that wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have put himself in that position if he was a bit smarter and didn't cut to that side, to the middle of the ice, instead of going up the right side, where I feel like he had more time and space to work with that puck out. Or Gage could have even circled back and bought some time for himself by skating behind his own net. going back into his zone a bit more. This is a guy that has really good edges, so he's able to evade pressure very well and evade players at a high level. I just think for Gage, recognizing the open space, recognizing that he has more time and space out there is going to be a benefit for him. That just comes from watching more film and also, getting more confidence out there. But he has definitely shown some puck patience out there that this season that has been fun to watch. Let's take a look at it now. Some of those good plays. Well, one of those good plays in particular that comes when Carson Carels and Gage Sutherland play on the same line together or on the same D pairing together, and they've been doing it pretty consistently. Kyle Nixon, his decision to put these two players together, you two best defensemen, never hurts. But let's take a look at what makes these two players as special as they are together. And it's three things in particular, three plays in particular, as I should say, that makes these guys so fun to watch is just their ability to break that puck out, to transition that puck out of their own end, and also leading into getting, scoring chances out there. Going to pull it up. It's just that ability for these two players to be able to have good spacing out there. You're going to see it here. Gage Sutherland going to get this puck. He's going to realize that he has time and space. Gets that puck to Carson Carels, and Carels in open space ends up making a nice pass to his centerman, which I believe was Sawatsky. And you look at this play. It's going to be 1-2. It's going to be a pass to Gage Sutherland back to Carels, and Carels with a little head fake goes outside the right side of his net and ends up getting it to Gage, and Gage breaks it out. You look at this play here. Gage Sutherland gets this puck off of a missed pass from Notre Dame, draws two Notre Dame players into him, and he sees Carson Carels wide open on that left side. Carels comes in, goes deep into the zone to that left face-off dot, and he ends up, opening space for his teammate to receive a pass in the high slot. I forget who it was, but they ended up getting a scoring chance on net. And, these are just the things that these guys do so well together. Good spacing, able to find each other on cross ice passes, patience with drawing teams into them before passing it to each other. And I think that was on full display on that play from Sutherland, having some good puck patience there, not forcing it that time around, and finding a wide open Carson Carels on that left side. But, overall, I think what makes these guys so good, it's just that trust. And I'm thinking off the top of my head, I'm not sure if they talked about it in that interview that I did with them on Monday night on the Prospect Show, but you can just see the trust level is so good out there for these two guys. If, Carson decides to pinch up in the zone, which it's usually Gage from what I've seen, but also actually both of them, like to, move up and up ice a lot. They're very offensive minded defensemen. You can see that out there. That's why their points are so high as well. In my opinion, is because they got such an offensive mindset back there. But just looking at it, knowing that if one player, one of your D partners is going to go up to have that ability to recognize, to be smart enough to, not commit up with them, not move up with them. I think that is one of the key parts of their success, being positionally sound together. And I think that's a big reason why they're playing together. They've also built really good chemistry together. They just seem to know where each other are on the ice at all times. I think that those clips kind of, demonstrated that. And here's the thing, like those two games, like that game against the Southwest Cougars that you guys saw the team wearing white in those clips, was from September, I don't know, September something. It was back in September. I'm forgetting off the top of my head now. I believe it was September 16th. And, that game against the Notre Dame Hounds was from October 30th. So it's December now. It's been a while. Like, these guys have definitely kept improving and kept growing their game. They're definitely huge parts of the Buffalo's success this season, not only on the back end, but in the offensive zone when the Buffaloes are having success. And got to be extremely excited for this academy to have these players playing at this U15 level. Because they're going to move up at one point. I know that Gage is most likely going to move up next year to the U17s if he has a chance, due to his age. And Carson's going to get one more year to soak and develop and be an older player, be that more experienced player next season with the U15 group. So exciting times for the Buffaloes in terms of just having those players playing in their program. You love to see it if you're a Buffaloes fan for sure. But folks, my voice is gone. I've been talking quite a bit throughout this past week, so I'm going to give it a rest now and I'm going to sign off on this edition of Player Analysis. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy this edition of Player Analysis, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below, share it as well, drive as much traffic as we can. Want to get the numbers up on not only this segment, but any show you guys watch here on ASTV. Be sure to like it, share it, and comment as well. Give us your feedback. Always love to hear it. And yeah, just in terms of when I'll be back on the network next, I'll be back on the network tonight when this episode airs. So on Thursday, since this is airing Thursday morning, I'll be back on the network tonight for my final broadcast of the week on Coffee with Graeme, airing at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that one on ASTV Productions on Facebook, Amateur Sports TV on Twitter, as well as astvproductions.com is our website. That's another place where you can catch it, and anywhere else where you guys watch our shows too. I'm gonna have some great guests in tonight's episode, so the guest list is already out. Be sure to check us out on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and on our Instagram as well at ASTV Productions to see who those guests will be. Also, I want to tell you guys when I'll be on the network next for the Prospect Show. Next edition of the Prospect Show will be coming next week on Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. You guys can catch it live on our Facebook, on our Twitter, and on our website as well. Be sure to check out who the guests will be for that episode, as I'll be posting it on our social media on Monday, on our social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Monday morning, gonna have another edition of Player Analysis. Of course, gonna be airing on Monday night this time instead of Thursday morning. But yeah, gonna be a lot of fun on that edition of the show with the great guests that we'll have on. Well, that I'll be interviewing, and ending off that episode with this segment, Player Analysis, next Monday night. So yeah. Also, best of luck to all of the 2006 born players that are eligible for the WHL draft. I want to give a congratulations to Macklin Celebrini as well for getting drafted first overall in the U.S. priority WHL draft yesterday to the Seattle Thunderbirds. Awesome that he got drafted as high as he did, because man, he's going to be a future stud, not only in the WHL but in the NHL as well, in my opinion. If he is able to translate the skill that he is showing right now to the levels he's playing at, I have a pretty good feeling that he will do just that. Also, best of luck to all the other players that I've interviewed here throughout the past year on the Prospect Show on the network. The 2006s, you only get drafted once, so if you do get drafted, soak it in, enjoy the day. Getting drafted to the WHL only comes once, right? So enjoy it, folks. Enjoy it, boys, as I should say. And want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning into this edition of Player Analysis. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, it's about time for me to sign off. About time for me to go to bed now. So Graeme Forsyth, host of the Prospect Show and Player Analysis, the Prospect Show Player Analysis segment, signing off now. Until next week on Monday night, folks, for the Prospect Show. I'll see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Stay safe out there. Stay warm, stay bundled up, because it is mighty cold out there. Safety, the biggest thing, and staying warm is definitely falls into staying safe. And have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Have a warm weekend as well. And until next week on Monday night, folks, I'll see you then. Signing off now, giving you guys the double salute and a peace out. See you guys.